They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty.
Hello, how you doing? I hope you're great. We are going to talk today about dice. The one I'm holding right now, it's a D4. Pretty self-explanatory. We mainly use it for potions, spells, sometimes damage. Small weapons like daggers in D&D can do damage from 1 to 4. Next one is D6, the celebrity, really most famous one. You've probably seen it somewhere in a game of dice or some sort of game. Again, mostly damage spells. This one over here, D8. And it looks like two D4s that have been melted together. Mostly used for damage, for dealing wounds in combat. All weapons, axes, martial weapons do D8 damage on hit. This one right here, D10, 10-sided die, is quite often mistaken by the newbies in Dungeons & Dragons with D8. We are using this die mostly for damage. Not very popular. Similar to the next one, 12-sided die. D12, only one or two spells use D12 damage. Couple of weapons and only one class in whole game deals with D12s. So it's not popular. I'm thinking it's struggling right now with depression and it's going through the hard time, so let's leave it alone. D20, this die, ladies and gents, easily 80 or 90% of all the rolls we will make during a game will be made with D20. And it's time to crunch some numbers and talk about tests and ability scores. How are we testing our characters, what rolls are we making, and how it goes, how it actually looks during a game. As you probably figure it out, in Dungeons & Dragons you can do everything you want. Still, it's just a game, so we need some sort of rules that will help us figure it out if we are successful or not. How difficult are the things we are trying to do? And this is where you come in, my dear Dungeon Master. This is where you come in, you and your voice of reason. Try not to limit your players. Let them do crazy things, take risks. After all, they are the heroes. They are the characters of your story, right? Not all the activities require tests. Some of them, like running downstairs, should be allowed to be completed without needed to roll dice. Others, in the contrary, should be tested regularly. If your players trying to move heavy objects, maybe they found an old ancient book of secrets, or they're sneaking into the fortress, trying to stay hidden in the shadows. All of them activities requires tests of different skills and abilities. This is where difficult class comes in, your main tool. This is how you set your difficult for tests that our players need to pass in order to complete certain tasks. Dungeon Master sets a difficulty level of the particular task. Player, in order to succeed, needs to roll more than the difficulty level, rolling d20 and adding his modifier from a particular skill or ability. So taking our dwarf Trife, for example, that we met last episode, if he would be to move a very heavy object, maybe kick the door in from a burning building to save a baby. Kicking a door in? That sounds like a difficult 20 to me. It's very hard, despite all the Hollywood films make us believe. So to be successful, Trife needs to roll more than 20, adding his athletics modifier, which is 5. So he rolls 14. So 14 plus 5, and DC difficulty class is 20. If he rolls more, then he's successful. If not, he fails. And this time, he didn't do it. He failed. He tries again. And again, it's a fail. He couldn't save the baby. And that's horrible. What's he gonna do? Will he give up? Or maybe try to jump through the window, risking his own life? Well, that's a story for a different time. But what if our players are in troubles? What if they try to accomplish something, but in series of unfortunate events, odds are not in their favor? Well, previously we would apply a modifier. For example, if our tribe would successfully get into the building, jumping through the window, and he's trying to find a baby, then he would have to roll perception test. So, perception. But the building is on fire, so there's a smoke everywhere, and the flames, and he can't breathe. So previously we would apply modifiers. We would apply a modifier -5 from the flames and heat, -2 from the horrible smoke, and so on and so on. That's a lot of hassle. We need to keep track of all the modifiers. We need to make sure we apply them, do the basic math. It all takes time, and we don't really want to do that. Well, the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons solved this problem. If there is a lot of things that are going not in our favor, we applying the disadvantage to the roll. We rolling twice and we choosing the lower roll. So a lower roll from these two is 7. That's it, all done, no modifiers, sorted. On the other hand, if our characters and our players doing really well and have the upper hand, we can give them advantage, which means we're rolling twice and choosing the higher number. In the nutshell, this is it. This is how the rolling dice, the mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition works. That simple, very easy, very pleasant. If something's still not clear to you, have a look on the PDF or just ask me in the comments below. That's it for now. I will see you later. Take care.